the Storm V38 green crawl. No, this is not a Storm. This is one I painted. Ready, running guns, time for blast off. Let's go. Hey guys, Todd here with you. Welcome back to Bassin 101. Storm V38. Look at that baby doll. That is just gorgeous, and I mean, I matched that sucker perfectly. Perfectly. I'll show you after the painting. But this is a hard color for me to try to match. As far as the green, I can visually see it. I tried it, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Well, thanks to Jeff at Green Country Customs, per my request, he actually did a video on how to paint these. So I used his recipe for the green, but I did something different with the orange and the brown. And I'm going to show you what I did on that. So hey, let's go and sling some paint and show you how to throw this thing. Okay guys, what we're going to do, as I mentioned, we're going to do the green crawl from Storm. This is, of course, not a wiggle work, but it gives you a good idea what the colors are in this bait. And to me, this one particular bait is my favorite shading of this color. So that's why I'm choosing this one to copy. The top is going to be discussed here in a little while, how I came up with that. Now I've already done my base coat of white. This is a color layering process. To get this green, you're going to use 3 different colors. Storm might have had just one color back in the day. But we're going to start with a base of detail sepia. Now what we're basically going to do with this is we're going to give it one coat and a light coat, not heavy at all. That's about all we're doing, and we're going to leave the belly white. But that's all we're doing for that first step. Okay, so now we're going to apply the next color, which is pearlized lime green. And again, we're going to leave the belly white. Yeah, forget it. Okay, the next step we're going to do is the pearl yeller. This will give it just the right shading. Just the shading. And it gives it just that touch that the regular green, pearl lime green just doesn't have. Okay, so the next color we're going to go with, which is right here, which matches the belly of that perfectly. Get that thing there. This is fluorescent yellow, wicked, and transparent bright red. You want a transparent red. If you use a standard red, it makes it too bold. You want that orange to really dominate. Again, I always keep my brush away from the lip. It's going to take a couple of coats. There is your orange red belly. I think that matches pretty daggone good. Okay, the next thing to get this shading right here, we use burnt orange. Burnt orange is a great color. You see me use this a lot. It's just a really good coloring for just about anything. If you want that brownish translucent tint, you just have to layer it. I'm going to put a picture right here and show you the sample I did where I sprayed the brown and the green and then tried the burnt orange to see if it would match this, because you can see there's a little bit of pearl in there, a little pearl in that brown. That's because it's coming from this lime green. Now, as you can see, it still gives it that pearlized look in there. That's perfect. Okay, so the next thing we have is the black. And what we're going to do here is we're going to do our stencil. Nice. Okay, so the next step for this, we've got our stencil for the eyes, and I'm going to use a white base coat to help that yellow just pop. And that's all I need right there, just a little white. Okay, now we go for the next color. I'm going to do the yellow. And I'm gently holding these stencils. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on them. Just light passes if they get a good build up. Pretty good right there. And there's a nice yellow base. And the last thing we got to do with these baits is to put on the eyeballs. One little pass is all it takes. And there you go, that's beautiful. And you see what I'm talking about, the overspray on these old storms? I just love that. That's just so traditional. And there you go. There is a good duplicate of this particular color here. Once you put the KBS, it'll really it'll deepen this green. It'll really clear up that burnt orange. I'll show you when we get back to the studio, but that's an awesome match. And there you have it, the V38. Now, I showed you this Hottentot in the video, and I want to show you how the bottom came out and how the top came out once the clear coat hits it. And there's just something about the green. This green is a little bit darker than the green here. I wasn't trying to match the green. I was wanting to match the brown and the orange because this is my favorite green crawl right here as far as the top and the bottom. So that's what I decided to copy. So that's what I have here. And it's turned out perfectly. I mean, I don't know if you guys could see that on camera, but the way the green hits, and that's 3 different colors right there. You got the sepia, the lime green, and the pearl yellow. The pearl yellow, like Jeff says, man, it makes that thing really just stand out. And on his video, he had a couple of different vintage Storms. That one was darker than the other one as far as a green color, and I think he went for the lighter one, if I'm not mistaken. But my orange, and especially my brown, is different because that burnt orange is something I think Storm really used a lot of, because especially if you paint the brown crawl, it's actually done with burnt orange, not brown. So it's just interesting how you can layer that thing and get those colors. But man, this is hands down, this is probably my favorite color of Storm Wiggleworts, just the green crawl. And I've caught so many bass off of this color. And these blanks come from Jim Sharpton, I think is his name, up in Ohio, I believe, at Predator Baits. This is the DLS. This is the deep rattle sound, which are my favorite ones because they're not that loud. But this is how you paint the V38 green crawl. So good luck trying this. If you're a painter and you want to try some of these different colors, you can use them on other baits too. You don't have to use them on a Wigglewort. But that's all I got for today. So remember, until next time, new techniques are trendy, but bass never change. May the Father bless you, keeping Yeshua's name, and as always, fish on.